running from a manifestation, running from a blessing, running from a new job, running from something that's trying to come into your life, something that's been divinely gifted to you. It's an offering that really wants to come in, but you are stopping yourself. The reason that you are stopping yourself is because you're not trusting in the universe. It almost feels like, well, the song that I was listening before when I was shuffling the cards was Running by 21 Savage. So it almost feels like you're running. You're running from success. You're running because you're scared that you won't reach success. You're scared that things won't happen. Maybe you want things to happen at a certain pace. It almost feels as if like you're avoiding confronting the problem. Even though the problem isn't a problem, the problem is you not getting this money. I don't know. It's something about cash. It's something about this job. It's something about doing something that provides you like income or like material wealth, right? It feels like it's something that's going to go ahead and bring you income. And it almost feels like you need to go ahead and face the fear, not the fear of doing it, but the fear of what like everybody else is going to say or what everybody else is going to think. This could have to do with communication. I almost feel like it depends on who. I am getting communication heavy, but I'm also getting like it's just whatever that involves you being in a public eye. Since this is a general reading, a collective reading, it could be anything, right? But for a majority of people, it does have to do with like speaking and like not in the sense of like you're gonna do speaking for a career. Maybe you are, but a lot of people have to like say their truth. Like they have something inside that they just have to let out, um not being scared of being confrontational, not being scared of having that tough conversation, not being scared of speaking whatever it is that you have to say, right? Something about having to be truthful. And I'm also getting something about not being truthful with yourself. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the running. Maybe you're running from something. Maybe you're escaping through alcoholism, through drinking. I mean, maybe you're not an alcoholic. I don't mean to call you out. Through drinking, through smoking, through watching too much TV, through putting yourself through like heartache. Like if you're thinking obsessively about somebody, that's also kind of like an addiction, right? Obsessive thinking. It feels like you have to get yourself out of this like state of being sad. And I keep seeing blue cars. I'm looking at two blue cars right now. Another blue car just passed by. So again, could have to do with communication. Maybe you have communication coming in, but it does have something to do with you speaking honestly, being truthful, not being scared of holding back something. And again, this has something to do with it's gonna bring you more income. It's gonna bring you more blessings. It's gonna bring you more positive karma, right? Dharma or whatever it's called, right? I feel like you have to just trust. I feel like you have to have trust in whatever this is. I feel like in order for the blessings to come in, you just have to be more trusting. I feel like, again, with the running, like you're avoiding something, like you're not confronting something. Again, it's not a problem. If anything, it's like you're avoiding the solution, which is kind of ironic. You're avoiding the solution because you're scared that the solution might not be the thing that fixes your problem, but it is the thing that fixes your problem. And the fact that you're not trying it is kind of like holding you back. One thing that you have to do right now, right, with these two cards I'm getting with the wombat, you have to either be more grounded, more stable, more secure with who you are, more secure in which situation you are in. I'm getting the meme of the dog that's like in a burning building, but even though it's in a burning building, it's just sitting there sipping its coffee. It's like even if your life is chaos right now, you have to be comfortable in your situation. You have to kind of be like, okay, this is where I'm at. How do I get myself out of it? How do I get myself out of the mud? If you feel stuck in the mud, how do you get yourself stuck out of the mud, right? And also with this card, the synchronicities, right? You have to pay attention to all the signs that you're getting at this moment in time. From this reading, from birds, from songs, from dreams, from anything that you get that you kind of feel like it fits your situation, or if you have a thought and it just crosses your mind out of nowhere and you're just like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe you should chase the idea. Maybe it came to you for a reason. Why should you pay attention to these synchronicities? Because you got gold on the other side. You're stopping yourself from reaching your goal, from reaching your solution. You're stopping yourself from getting this gold. You've been digging for so long. You've been in this mud for so long. It's time for you to get out. It's time for you to chase the success, but you're holding yourself back by not moving forward. The thing that is very needed at this moment in time is action, right? Not acting when you feel like it, acting because you feel like it's the right thing that you should be doing. It's almost like working out, right? If you're like, I should be working out right now. and you're like, but I don't really feel like it. Work out anyways. That's what you're supposed to be doing. If you truly are tired and you feel like, oh, no, I'd rather go ahead and do it tomorrow, fair enough, right? If you're really tired, if you had a long day, whatever. But if it's one thing that you feel like, oh, it would be the right thing to do right now, then do it. If you don't feel like it, do it anyways. You're going to get into the mood and you're going to do it. You're going to get through it. You're not going to die. Follow this vision. Follow the vision, but also destroy these bad habits that are holding you back. There's bad things that are holding you back. Again, if you're drinking, if you're over smoking, if you're obsessively thinking about somebody, if you're doing something that is not helping your goal, if you're doing something that's not helping you get to the end, why are you still doing it? Go ahead and try to remove it from your life and try to replace it with something else. Replace it with something positive. If your goal is to make a song, right? Why are you spending so much time on anything else but making the song? Like, if your goal is the song, then you should be finding a beat, finding thinking of lyrics. If you want to broaden your vocabulary, get a dictionary, start reading more. Like, do things that are going to help your goal. If your goal is to be an actor, then you're gonna go take acting classes, and you're going to go ahead and practice lines and practice scripts and try to, you know, ask people if they can go ahead and judge your acting and see where you could improve. Like, there's so many things that we can go ahead and do to try to progress ourselves and get to our goal, but a lot of the time we are too scared to do so because, again, we're scared of the solution, we're scared to fail, we're scared to go ahead and, fall. But we have to get back up and keep on going. Every time you fall is kind of a lesson. If you fall so many times off your bike and you end up giving up, you're never going to learn how to ride the bike. If you go ahead and fall 100 times off your bike, it might be the 101st time that you have to get back up. And until then, you're going to be like, oh, I finally got it. And that's okay, because everybody learns at their own pace. Not everybody's going to get to the goal at the same time, right? Everybody has their own time. Yeah, I feel like right now you're holding yourself back by things that you don't even you can't even see. Like, these are illusions. These are thoughts that aren't even real. You're obsessively thinking about somebody. You're thinking you're not good enough. You're thinking that, oh, why me? Why not you? Right? You're putting things in your way that aren't even real. You're putting obstacles in your way that are fake, right? You're putting yourself in this fake box, in this fake prison that doesn't even exist. Again, maybe because you're drinking too much, maybe because you're smoking too much, maybe it's because you're obsessively thinking about somebody, maybe it's because you're hanging out too much with the wrong people. Oof, somebody doesn't want me to tell you this message, but you have to learn through experience, right? You have to learn through experience. It's okay, the fact that you haven't been doing the things that you need to. Everything is for a reason. It's showing you what you don't want to do, right? It's showing you what you should want to fix in order to get where you are, or to get to where you're wanting to go. With this, again, communication, but I'm getting more than anything like honesty. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. That's what it is. You have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, then how are you going to expect anybody else to be honest with you? You know, there's a lot of yes men, a lot of yes girls in this life that just want to see us stay in the same spot. So even if something that you're doing isn't good, isn't healthy, isn't helping you on your goal, they're going to be like, hey, keep on doing it anyways, right? But if you feel like, I should be working out, I should be working on this song, I should be working on this video, I should go be applying for jobs, I should go over here, I should go over there, right? It's because you feel it. It's because it's a divine message coming to you through an idea. You should be doing it. And if you feel like you're scared to do it anyways. You're scared because it's something that you feel in your soul. Yeah. This is the outcome if you keep yourself in the same place. If you keep on obsessively thinking about that person, if you keep on over drinking, if you keep not acting, if you keep, instead of, working out, instead you're like, we'll just watch more TV, we'll just sit on the couch, we just won't go ahead and do. You're going to be in the same spot. On the other side, the things that you're not seeing is success. This is victory. On the other side of doing all this hard work is victory. There's a blessing that's coming from the divine that's been wanting to come in for a while, but you've just been ignoring the signs, the signals, the synchronicities. You have to spend more time with yourself. You have to find out who it is that you are, what it is that you want, not the things that you think that you want, but the things that call your soul, the things that call to your heart, right? what is it that your heart wants, right? Not the things that are gonna bring you money, not the things that are gonna bring you fame or like attention, right? It's the things that make your soul feel good, right? You might really want to be, I don't know, in the public eye for some reason. You really want to be famous. You don't really care what it is, but you really want to be famous. But maybe it's just the fact that you really want attention. Again, my bad for calling you out, but maybe that's it, right? Maybe you really want attention, and maybe you shouldn't be looking for attention. Maybe you should be doing it in a more, you know, in a way that calls to your heart more. Maybe you are meant to gain attention, but maybe it's off of something that you teach, off of something that you say, off of something that you create with your hands or something, right? Maybe it's not being on a reality show. Maybe it's not causing drama, right? Maybe it's not being dishonest or spreading false information, right? Maybe it's speaking truth. Maybe it's doing something spiritual. Maybe it's doing something musical. Maybe it's doing something acting wise, something that calls to your heart, right? Something that you've been ignoring, something that you haven't had that you haven't been like supported through, or you haven't been able to tell people because you're embarrassed or something. But it's following something, right? Following the synchronicities, breaking these old habits, following the vision. That's where I'm going to leave the